out there, folks? I'm Don. This is Rockin' the Country, where I react to non-pop country music. And Tom T. Hall completely fits that description of non-pop country. The song, you saw the title, Kentucky, February 27th, 1971. That's the name of the song. Classic Tom T. Hall. That could have been a John Prine title as well. Those two guys, and even maybe Ray Wiley Hubbard, could have gone with a title like that and gotten away with it easily. And this was requested by Mike Barnett. It's not a mystery as to why I'm wearing my Kentucky hat. Hi, Sean. I don't know this song. We're going to find out about it. Lots of folks from Kentucky on the channel, and I've reacted to a lot of independent artists out of both Eastern and Western Kentucky. Estill County, right, Marlene McKinney? I love this title. Boop.
There were signs beside the road like Jesus says, and relieve yourself the fast and gentle way. I was looking for an old man who lived way back in these hills, who just might have a story I could tell.
Interesting.
Pretty soon the blacktop disappeared. I felt the car change to a lower gear. I took a drink of liquor just to chase away a chill. I was 27 miles from Olive Hill. Ahead, I saw the bridge where I turned right. A dirt road led straight up a mountainside. I pulled up to a farmhouse I thought I had seen before. An old man and his dog were at the door.
Right.
They told me this old timer knew this land. I told him, sir, I just don't understand. Why do kids in this state just grow up and move away and leave the land where they were born and raised? He said, son, you can't make it on this land unless you're happy working with your hands.
Yeah.
There ain't no kids today that want to stay and work it out. They want to see the things they hear about.
Understandable.
He said, I cleared this whole farm off myself, and I'd work it now, but time has got my help. Then staring out the window, resting in his easy chair, he told me what I'd really come to hear. That, you know, son, people used to tell their kids, now I don't want you to have to work the way I did.
Yeah.
They don't, and some will tell you that it's a shame. But you have to think before you place the blame. I guess we must have talked a half a day, till I told him that I'd best be on my way. He shook my hand and said, I'm glad I met you, Mr. Hall, but I guess there ain't no song here after all.
That is fascinating. I mean, that is a social study. It's a social commentary in ways, asking questions, but there was nothing untoward or wrong-headed about it. That was just life. Parents want a better life for their kids, but there comes a point when, in one sense, when you look at the founding of America, for instance, or any nation, but the pilgrims, the folks who came over from Europe, England, they had to live off the land. It was just that time, the pioneers and so forth. And it's a very hard life. And then you want some better things for your kids. But then if you look at the progression of America, or I don't know, historians will be able to look back at Rome and other empires that, I don't know, Byzantine Empire and so on, but how the progression of wealth went and the creature comforts that those in wealth experience. And I don't mean wealthy by American standards, because that is absurd wealth when you look at billionaires and how many millionaires there are, for example, multimillionaires in America. But when you go from just working off the land, an agrarian culture, everybody works off the land. It's just, if you get a drought, then you don't eat. I mean, that kind of stuff. Yes, you want a better, easier life for your kids to assure them of having food and maybe a home. But now, flash to the future where we live in the land of milk and honey. And do you really want life to be easier for your kids than you had it automatically? Or do you want to teach them to work? And that's where the demise of cultures and societies and countries and empires occur, where you get lazy. And there's a progression through which you go as a country, as a nation. And I've worried about America in this regard for a while, where it started as hardworking. It's based on productivity. That's still embedded in our culture. But now with handouts and the entitlement culture and stuff, it's shifted to where life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness has become life, liberty, and the guarantee of happiness. I must be guaranteed happiness. You must guarantee everybody happiness. And that is where our mindset shifts. And bringing it back to the song, where the gentleman up on this hill that Tom T. Hall visited, and in the end, the gentleman referred to him as Mr. Hall. So it felt like a true story, and maybe it was, maybe it is. But the gentleman said, the kids don't want to work that hard. They want to live a life that they see or that they read about. Maybe they go to a city or just someplace that's easier. And it was commented in here that parents or people want their kids to have it easier. But there's a joy in working. And so there's that balance to be struck between that brutal, nonstop life, just working the field. And if there are floods, your crops are ruined and you don't eat. If there's drought, you don't eat. Like, that kind of lifestyle is brutal. But then this opulence, when you're born into absurd wealth, you really can't have it much easier than that. Yet, do those parents want it easier for their kids? Tough to say. I'm not in that world. That's what I hear when I hear a song like this. That's what a contemporary life coach hears, which is what I am. In a song like this, the social commentary. I love the bass line in this thing. It kept it moving along. It wasn't an overly sad song. It wasn't anything wrong about anything anyone did in this song. You felt bad for the gentleman who was working the farm because he got old and his health failed him, was beginning to fail him due to age. Kids moved away. They wanted to chase a different life. You can't blame anybody for any of this. But I love the premise of this, where he found the guy 27 miles outside of a certain town. Then I like that detail about the car shifting to a lower gear when he got off the pavement and onto a dirt road. Mike, I'm going to rate this song, and man, I love the tempo of it. Fascinating storyline. Tom T, I just love the guy. The number that popped into my head was an 8.9 a Montauk Ed special. So there you go, guys. All right, I hope you enjoyed that. Have a great day. Leave your comments. I read them. And see you on another video. Keep rocking the country.